Yam Brahma Varunandarudramaruta Stunnandidivestavai Vedai Sangavadakramopanishadaihi Gayandiyam Samagaha Dhyanavastitadadgatena manasa Pashyantiyam yoginaha Yasyandam vidusura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Verse number 23 onwards. Niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshata krutam aphala prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena vapunah kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasamudarutam anuvandham kshayam hinsam anapeksha cha paurasham mohadarabhyate karma yattattamasamuchyate mukta sango naham vadi mrityuschaha samanmitah siddhya siddhyor nirvikarah karta sattvika uchyate mukta sango naham vadi dhrityuschaha samanmitah siddhya siddhyor nirvikarah karta sattvika uchyate. More and more I go through these verses, even before coming to these classes, I am really sort of, what shall I say, overwhelmed, overtaken by the amazing wisdom that is so inherent in this. Usually, 18th chapter is not given much importance. That is why you can see when people are giving discourses on Gita, of course nobody talks on first chapter, that's all. Same thing also on almost 18th chapter also nobody talks about. Whereas, maybe it's a long chapter also, 78 verses. But this is a chapter also which should not be also talked, cannot be talked in the public where people are not exposed to first 17 chapters. Because this is like a conclusion. Only when people who have been initiated to the wisdom from the first, second to 17th chapter, Tvam-pada, Tat-pada, Asi-pada, first who you are, ending up in meditation in 6th. What God is, beginning from 7th, ending up in devotion in 12th. the identity from 13th to 17th between Jiva and Ishvara. Only when you have exposed yourself completely to all these verses, completely you have exposed, then only 18 chapters as a chapter that concludes everything shall be meaningful. It's like somebody has given elaborate revelation, shared elaborate revelation about certain types of food. That there is food which is with high sugar, which is high protein, which is high cholesterol, the food which is low sugar, low cholesterol, low thing, which are good for body, which are good for maybe your spleen, which is good for liver, like that, so many things. Then the last class the dietitian is giving to the students is just telling, please take this food and don't take this food. The person who is attending the last class, what shall he understand? The logic behind it, the information behind it, everything is already over. But all of you have listened from the 1st to 18th. Therefore, I hope, as you go back to your room, you sit down and observe. See it very clearly, because these verses are out of the world. We're talking about 3 types of jnana, karta, karma. Why is it so? Because depending on the knowledge, listen carefully, depending on the knowledge, jnana, depending on the knowledge, you shall be doing the action. Your actions are influenced by the knowledge that you have. And this knowledge are of 2 types. The knowledge of the world and knowledge about yourself. Listen carefully. See it clearly. I'll go very, very slow, because as I have been sitting down thinking about it, how to give you in the simplest possible way. Every time it has been simplest possible way. But I hope you are grasping it. And the proof of your grasping is this wisdom reflecting in your life. If it is not reflecting in your life, you are not really listening. And even if you are supposed listening, you are not contemplating and seeing the truth of it for yourself, who you are. Because knowledge, understand, of 2 types. One is about the world, one is about yourself. Now these 2 types of knowledge will influence inevitably your behavior in the outside world, whether you like it or not. I'll give a simple example. Let us say the knowledge of the world. Let us take mushroom. Simple example, the mushroom. You know about the mushroom. Suppose your knowledge about the mushroom is, somebody has put that idea into your head that this is naikode. In Tamil Nadu they call it, naikode, meaning dog's umbrella. It's a dirty stuff, fungus, dirty, non-vegetarian, something like that. If that is your knowledge, what will be your action? Todomate. I don't want to touch it. Understand? Okay. Listen carefully. And what is the knower? So this knowledge also influences the knower, because you don't know anything about yourself. Now you say, I know the mushroom. Listen carefully. So now you are the proud owner of the knowledge of mushroom, which is given to you as a dog's umbrella, a dirty something, a fungus, or every mushroom is poisonous. That is a generalized idea you have got your head. Now the knower now prides himself. I know everything about mushroom. Now suppose another person comes who has studied mushroom, varieties of it, hundreds of varieties of it. There are edible ones, there are inedible ones, there are poisonous ones, there are very healthy ones. The person is an expert in that knowledge. Suppose he comes and talks to you, look, this mushroom you can eat. What this man will say? I know, this is all poison. Your knower, understand, will hold on to this knowledge, because if the knowledge is falsified, knower is falsified, and you don't mind, you don't want to be dismissed. You understand the subtlety of it? Are you getting that point, please? Do you understand the subtlety of it? Why you cannot accept your ignorance? You cannot accept your ignorance because accepting ignorance means dismissing the knower. I don't know. Are you getting that point? How many people can accept the ignorance? Very, very subtle. Very, very subtle. Please appreciate, understand it. Why there is so much of tension in the world? My tradition, my parental knowledge, my customs, my religion, my information, whatever I have picked up, I want to say that is the right. So even if somebody comes and tries to logically prove that what you know is right or wrong, you can't take it, because if it proves it wrong, the knower is dismissed. You are dismissed. Are you getting that point, please? You understand that subtlety? You are dismissed. And if the person says what you know is right, you are comfortable. Why? I know. Understand? So the knowledge, two types. One of the world outside. It's just not a mushroom, friends. It can have the stars, planets, sounds, touches, tastes, sights, smells, emotions of various kinds, where you are fed with some generalized ideas. Be kind, but nobody tells you sometimes being kind is a pain. Love everybody, but you don't understand. Love is such a stupid concept with so many different ways, so many different connotations that you can be thoroughly destroyed. Be helpful. You think it's a very noble trait. Help somebody and be damned. You can help somebody to be destroyed and to destroy the other person also. Why? The other person is pampered, starts depending. Give charity. Very nice, not always. So these generalized descriptions, the generalized ideas and ideals we have picked up. And the moment you pick up, you think that is the right thing. Why? Because you have picked up, like printed words in the newspaper are taken as authentic news. If it is in the news, it must be. If it is printed in the newspaper, it must be true. Most people think like that. Or bottled water means safe. How do you know? Do you understand? Bottled water means safe. If the water is bottled, safe. So somebody can put dirty water into it, contaminated water into it, sell it off. Bottled drinks are wonderful. Inside that sometimes there can be a lizard. Animal floating. Understand? Packed food are very nice. Who said? Frozen food is healthy. How do you know? But this is ideas. Scriptures, infallible. Who said? It has to be questioned. Everything has to be questioned. But the moment you have the idea in your head, you think that is the truth. Why? I know it. So person listens to his own mind. So as even your knowledge is false, the knower also becomes false and fragile. Because the knower has to defend the knowledge. Not only has to defend the knowledge, but also defend the knower. Why? Because who is this I? The knower, who is this I? Doesn't know anything about himself. So depending on who you are, listen carefully, depending on who you are, you shall use the knowledge. You are a happy person, you will use your knowledge different way. Unhappy person, you will use your knowledge in different way. Frustrated person, you will use your knowledge in different way. Depressed person, you will use your knowledge in different way. Angry person, humiliated person, pampered person, comfortable person, they will use their knowledge in different way. Are you getting that point, please? But the knowledge is the source of action. Are you getting that? Which is beautifully in the beginning stages, Jnanam, Jneyam, Parigyata, Trividha, Karma, Chodana. Karmani pravartayate. Jnana, Jnata, Jneyam. Whatever is known, the knowledge and the knower, these three things, Karma, Chodana, engage you in action, influences your action. And when you are doing it, Karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraha. And your action is done by karta, karana, the doer, using the instruments. So, the karta is influenced, the doer, actor is influenced by the jnana. Are you getting that? And jnana is two types. One is knowledge of the world, and another is knowledge of the self. Now, both are unknown to the average person. How fantastic you think of it. See, those were the days when people thought solar eclipse, lunar eclipse means sun is eaten by the Rakshas, moon is eaten by a Rakshas. Rahu, Ketu, they are eating, auspicious, inauspicious time. Or there is a plague or anything, the wrathful God. Some God is sending some vengeance by sending a storm or disease, pestilence, all this. Today you understand everything. When you understand it, the knower is different. Therefore action also varies. The knowledge influences the action. Not only knowledge influences the action, listen carefully, not only knowledge influences the action, but also knowledge influences the actor. Knowledge influences the actor because the I, now say, I know, this is the truth. Even if somebody comes and proves it to you, what you believe is wrong, what you think is wrong, for all these reasons, the person will not believe it. That is why religious fanatics, secular fanatics, even emotionally you are a fanatic, intellectually a fanatic. Why? Because your viewpoint you think as absolutely right. You understand? Please appreciate. So the knower cannot give up his knowledge. Why? If you accept your knowledge being wrong, then you have to change. Are you getting that point, please? If you accept your knowledge is wrong, you have to accept that you are also wrong, you are also falsified. My information on mushroom is all poisonous, it is all useless. Somebody can chew it in front of you, see the mushroom is good. And look at so many different dishes. You may say so, I don't believe in you. What do you do? what do you do? Because the person believes his thoughts more than what the reality is. That is why when you plant a thought in somebody's head, you can successfully destroy him if the thought is wrong. And most of the time, most of the informations are not final. It has to go on changing. And especially about yourself, who you are is a continuously changing scenario. So the average ignorant man goes on changing from one role to another role. Now happy, now unhappy, now good, now bad, now right, now wrong, now this mood, now that mood, now this believing, now non-believing, now doing it, now not doing it, now sleepy, now active. Oh. The person doesn't know anything about himself. So the knower is continuously changing. And that shall influence your action. As even knowledge will influence your action, who you are also influences your action. So, between these two, there is no choice as to which one I should know correctly. Both you have to know correctly. Because even if you know yourself who you are, but your thoughts are wrong, you will make mistakes. You don't know who you are, of course every thought will go crazy. You will drive every thought crazy. Understand? So, one person who is aware of himself also knows things as they are, sattva jnana. That is the sattva jnana. The highest knowledge. What is that? Avivaktam vivakteshu. This is oneness everywhere. That's sattva jnana sarva bhuteshu ekam bhavam avikshate. Even though there are billions and trillions, infinity different varieties of beings, sarva bhaveshu ekam. In all these things there is only one existence, and that is myself, that is everybody else. In fact, in everybody there is the touch of both, the differences and the undifferentiated consciousness. Body is changing, varied, but yourself changeless, invariable. Shivoham, Shivoham. That is Sattvika Jnana. When Sattvika Jnana is there, Sattva Jnana is there, how shall be the action? Yesterday we saw Niyatam Sangarahitam Aragadvesata Krudam Niyatam Sangarahitam. There is nothing more to achieve in this world. There is nothing to gain further in this world. There is no question of looking for happiness in the world. Therefore, action for action's sake. No raga, no dvesha. You want to be angry, you can be angry. You want to be quiet, you are quiet. Used for somebody's sake, not for your sake. Never. Don't play games. Your own body, you can pamper it, you can torture it, if you feel like. Meaning, you give it good food, if it is getting too fat, cut it off. Why? It's not food for happiness sake, it's food for sustenance sake. So, I regulate my food, why? So that my body is sustained. So the thoughts are not going to drive you crazy. I want this food. Who is wanting? Understand how it beautifully plays out. Sangarahitam, niyatam sangarahitam. No more I want to eat or I don't want to do it. Araga dvesata krutam. No raga na dvesha. No phalaprepsu. No desire sabte. Acha. The rajasic jnana is pruthaktvyana. Everything is different. I am different, everything is different. Then what type of karta you will be? Kamepsuna karma, desire, I have to achieve the goal, reach this. Shahankarana, I am the one doing it. I must get that one. Then what happens? For my happiness, kriyate bahulayasam. A simple thing to be done. But he put so much of effort and ahankara, what shall he say? See how much effort I am putting forth. Hey, you are stupid. The thing can be done in 2 minutes. You can take 2 hours. And therefore I can sort of praise you that you are a very hard-working person. You are an idiot. Think of it. Bahula kriyate bahulayasam. It's like when you hire a labor. You ask them as a contract labor, in 2 hours they will dig up 2 kilometers. You ask them for wages, 2 weeks. Understand? There the person's motivation is different. A Rajasi Karta doesn't know anything about himself. Therefore, but he wants to achieve, he wants to do something for selfish interest, not for somebody's sake. But I will be happy. We saw that later on yesterday. We saw the tamasic fellow he thinks the body is the ultimate. There is nothing other than it, and one form. That is the God, that is the reality. As even I am the body, there is one God. So between the two, everything is finished, nothing else in the world. Or even the God is not believed, truth is not believed. Body is ultimate. And therefore, Anuvandham Kshayam does not see the past, so doesn't see the consequences. If he does it, what will happen? Doesn't see. Kshayam always loses in life. Hinsam, Paurusham Anapeksha, doesn't understand the violence that he commits against himself. Hinsam, Paurusham Anapeksha, and also says that I can do. I have money, I have the strength, I am the young, I can do whatever I like to do. What is the result? Don't care. I am doing it. Gade. Absolutely deluded. Mohat arabhyade karma. Why are you doing it? I feel like doing it. How does it matter to you? Oh, true. Tamasa mudartha, that is the tamasi karta. Tamasi karma. Now see, karta. As I told you, your action and the actor that you are, both are influenced by the knowledge. And the knowledge of two types. Knowledge of the perceived creation, body, mind, and knowledge of yourself, who you are. In today's world, who you are is not just talked about. In a sense, in the right sense of the term, there is an intellectual personality, emotional personality, physical personality. What the psychology will talk about? They will not accept something beyond that there is an awareness, truth, and all this stuff. Most of the people around the world, you look at it, you shall see. And by chance there is something, there is a God somewhere, or believe in something. Understand, friends, if you don't know yourself, watch out. If you don't know yourself who you are, but even if you believe there is a higher power, listen carefully. You don't know who you are, but you believe there is a higher power, it will not make you anyway wise. It will make you very proud that I believe in something. There is a higher power other than me. All right. So, or you can say, since I believe there is a higher power other than me, I am a very humble person. If the other person says, you are not humble, you are simply talking like that, you will be so angry and upset. Why? Your humility is not recognized. Ahankar, are you getting that point? Do you understand the subtlety of it? The field of knowledge in our little planet is confined to what? Outer perceptions. Not in this world, maybe we have gone into other planets and stars. It doesn't matter. The person doesn't know anything about himself. That is why you can be top scientist, top professional, top economist, top mathematician, top politician, top professional, anything, journalist, anything. But as a person, a total sham, a failure. Why do you hear the rumbles in the world of politics, economics, religion? Because very powerful people collapsing. Very powerful people. You may be the chief minister, prime minister, the governor of a state. The top man, religious or secular, doesn't matter. Individual doesn't know how to handle himself. As a result, previously the poor man was dropping dead on the land, soil, earth. Now you are buried with a gilded, bejeweled coffin. Everything is beautiful, but you are dead inside. Understand? Huge conflict. Why? If the person doesn't know anything about himself. So sattvika jnana, because today's knowledge is, what we are seeing most of the time is pruthak jnana, pruthaktvena. I know is different, no one is different, everything is different. The person is not awakened to himself. These things don't even exist in many traditions, many cultures. Humanity is yet to be aware of a collective, one awareness, existing one awareness, in and through everything. Call it Ishvara, God, macrocosm, that also fine. Even physically, even though stands separate, nothing stands separate. It is part of one inseparable whole. Just like your fingers look separate, the nails look separate, your hair looks separate, your knees are separate from your stomach, but all in one body. There are so many different limbs and trillions of cells coordinated through one brain. The whole creation is like that. Everything coordinated, everything coordinated. You cannot stand apart, not only physically, but also from the standpoint of the absolute who you are. Awareness. Sarvabhuteshu ekam. Abhivaktam cha bhuteshu. Vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. Apparently, in and through the apparently divided universe, there is one individual reality. One who knows this, with that type of knowledge, the karta, the knower, the doer, with that type of knowledge of yourself and about the understanding of the world as it is, what type of karta you become? Mukta sangaha, anamvadi, dhruti, ussaha samanvitaha, siddhya siddhyo nirvikaraha, karta sattvika uchyate. Sattvika karta, that is the person, when backed by this knowledge, the truth everywhere, nothing other than it. For me, krutam krutyameva, krutyam krutameva, krutyam, what is to be done, done, already satisfied. There is nothing to look for. Happiness, myself. Confidence, myself. Security, myself. Freedom, myself. Love, myself. Satisfaction, myself. Fulfillment, myself. There is nothing other than that. Am I the only one? Everybody is same. As much I am the happiness, I am the love, I am the freedom, I am the security, I am the fulfillment, everybody is same. Right. There is nothing to achieve or lose. Such a person, therefore, then why are you living? For body's sake, to keep the body alive. Not only my body, live and let live, everybody. So, your living is what? Mukta sangaha. Mukta parityakta sangayena. You are no more holding on to something. That for body's sake, and for my satisfaction of the body, for the satisfaction of this thing, for satisfaction of my thought, I'll do it. No. Sangha parityakta. You do it because it is to be done. Tato, as Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjuna, tate udhaya ujyasya. Here Arjuna, fight for fight's sake, not for happiness sake. If it is inevitable, you have to fight out a battle, fight it. But don't say, to gain a trophy, to prove a point. No. to become happier than before. No. If you look for happiness, you shall be disappointed. It is not there. It's yourself. Mukta Sangha. And tasmat anahamvadi. Ahamvadi iti, I am the doer. Ahamvadi. I am the doer. I do it. I see it. I have organized it. I have made it. I achieved it. Anahambadi. No more he says that word. Happy with myself. Finished. And I am not the special. Everybody is same. And how does it say this karta, Sattvika karta? Dhruti samanvitaha, uschaha samanvitaha. He works with a tremendous enthusiasm. Uschaha. Uschaha means every time the fellow is in 1000 volt, million volt activity. There is no depressing moment, I don't know. No. Uschaha. Why? There is no block in the mind. Understand? When does the water flows in tremendous speed? Nothing, no block. And when the water blows in top speed, does it care for a block? That is the beauty. When the water goes in top speed, does it care for a block? It takes everything that comes on its way. Why? It has the force. In the face of infinite enthusiasm, happiness, satisfaction, contentment that you are, the sense of total confidence, anything comes on the way also is swept away. It doesn't matter. Uschaha samannita. Why? It will be done. Why? Because it has to be done. Why? I don't get anything out of it. Ask yourself a question. When you ask a favor for yourself, how many times you think? 1,000,000 times. Can you lend me 5 rupees? Even to broach that topic, you have to think 100 times. 5 rupees. Will you give? Will you not give? What you will give? Suppose he gives, but later on you will tell, I should not ask. Why should I ask? Okay. But suppose say, can you go and ask for this temple 5 rupees? No problem. Sir, can you give me 5 rupees? Straight, without any blinking your eyes. Why? It's not for yourself. If he gives, excellent. Doesn't give, fantastic. But for a personal money you ask, can you give me 5 rupees? Yes, very nice man. Cannot, conjuice. The fellow is a miser, never gives. Because it doesn't satisfy my need, therefore conjuice. I see. Uschaha samannita. And dhruti. Dhruti means, what? Dharana Shakti. Dharana Shakti means nothing shall ever upset him. The dhruti also will come three times. It will all come later on, you'll see. Dhruti, uschaha, dharana Shakti. Nothing ever overwhelms him. It will be done. But at the same time, the person doesn't say, I am such a doer, I do so much. No, anahambadi. It is just like a natural force, like a nature's force. The nature comes with a tremendous force. It doesn't wait to be thanked. Rain comes. The whole world is blessed. The rain doesn't wait to be thanked. Summer comes, spring comes. The nature doesn't wait to be thanked. It's just building and rebuilding itself. Even in destruction, it's rebuilding itself. A wise one is like that. Doesn't wait to be thanked. It does because it can be done. Dhruti uschaha samannita. And siddhi asiddhyoho nirvikara. Siddhi, success. Asiddhi, failure. In both these situations, nirvikara. No modifications. Success, you don't say, I did it. See that what I did? Something did not work, then sulking away and hiding somewhere. Why people will say, I did this? No. I gave my best. It worked out, thank God. Didn't work out, thank God. If you take the credit, you cannot escape taking discredit. And if you take discredit, because some people are like that. Some people take credit, they don't want discredit. But some other people, very funny, they will take all the discredit, but credit they will give it to somebody. There are people like that, strange. They'll take the discredit, but credit goes to somebody else. Funny, because the sense of satisfaction comes from that. But understand, if you take the credit, you cannot escape taking discredit. Suppose you feel very elated to say, oh, you did it, so wonderful. So another person says, what is this done? Huh? Discredit. You can't escape. But a happy man, happily doing it, it's very well done, thank you. I think it's not very well done. It's okay, thank you. Why? I am doer, I am not commentator. A doer does not wait for commentators. Very simple. Very simple. The person who is an active person, that is a sattvic person. I do because I can do it. I am not waiting to be appreciated. If the flower waits to be appreciated to bloom, it will never bloom. If the sun waits to rise only if there are spectators, the sun may not rise. Can you be like a nature's force? Dhruti uschaha samannita. Do because it is to be done. And understand, for that naturalness, you must be natural. What? Be yourself. You can't be stuck with a role and be natural. It doesn't work. And if you are stuck with a role, you shall be a rajasi karta. Read it, we shall see. Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho hinsatmako suchihi harsha shokanvita karta rajasa parikirtita hai ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho hinsatmako suchihi harsha shokanvita karta rajasa parikirtita hai. So, the person, see, a rajasi karta is what? Again, backed by the knowledge. Depends what you know about yourself. If you know about yourself as the one, avivaktam cha bhuteshu, I am the one indivisible in unto the apparently divided universe, and everything is as divine as me, you have no motives, no moods, no attachments, nothing to block you at any time, but full of enthusiasm, tremendous awareness, and your whole focus is on things to be done. But if it's success, fine. Doesn't success also, doesn't matter. You continue like a river flows. At no time you feel down or out. Always dhruti uschaha samannita. Acha. The person who is rajasic means what? One who has got pruthakttvena jnanam, that is, I am different, others are different. I am doing something, the world is different. Depends on the knowledge. Such a person who inevitably, one who acts from that type of knowledge, he can't escape this. Ragi. Ragi means raga dvesha asti. You shall have your boundaries. These things I can do, these things I cannot do. I am pruthak, you are pruthak. How can carry his plate? Everybody is using the bathroom and I am going to clean it. No. Even my room also somebody can clean it, it will be nice. Understand. Think of it. Ragi. That man, whatever I say, he give it to me. If I say, can you give me a Coca-Cola? He brings a Coca-Cola. So if I'll give him whatever I want to give him. But when I ask him for, Coca-Cola, he brings me water. He's a rogue. Go. Ragi. I was walking down, the fellow did namaskar. Come here, take this chocolate. You did not give me anything. The fellow never looked at me. He has got a stomachache. Let him suffer. He will learn. He will learn. Ah, are you getting that point, please? Ragi. The Sattvic Karta is happy with himself. To be done? Yes. Therefore I do it. Which one? Don't ask. What do you want me to do? Yesterday I was telling you. A person there with you, you two people are traveling together. Think, two people are traveling together. Just anything. Living together, traveling together. Anywhere, you just think of it. The companion is one. If you ask him, can you go to the market? Oh, yes. Can you cut the vegetable? Yeah, why not? Can you put that on the fire? Yes. Okay, I'm doing this. Can you go away and do these things? Okay. Or I am here. You do stay here. I will look at 2-3 things and come back. Come back. Everything, yes. Will you hate that company? Or you love that company? What do you say? Whenever, wherever I am going, come. Why? Yeah, this fellow just doesn't exist. Sattvic Karta. Rajasic Karta is? Can you go there? No. Why? Too hot. After 1 hour? Oh, I see. Can you cut that vegetable? Physical works I have never done. I was born prince. You understand? Physical work I never done. Physical work never done, then who feeds you? Oh, I feed myself. Then how come the hand cannot lift other things? That is what it is. Oh. You understand? Prince. There was one mother-in-law, daughter-in-law stuff. One girl got married and went to somebody's house. I don't want to stay in the state or anything, just a per situation. And this girl goes there the first day and is supposed to cook. When is supposed to, you are eating, why can't you cook? In your mother, the girl cooks in her mother's house is love. When it comes, cooks in mother-in-law's house, it is a bonded labor. It's a strange logic, strange logic. In your house, you can do your own bed, you can do everything, a labor of love. In somebody's house, it's all bonded. Anyway, so they try to prove these girls are so smart, like some boys are also, so smart, they will ask them, why don't you cook it? Then they say, Mummy, ask the mother-in-law, shall I put salt in the rice? Because she wants to let know that she is princess. Never done anything. There are other people who are working for her. The mother-in-law was talking, Swamiji, I don't know what to do. This is such an idiot. I said, why? What? It's very easy. You should tell her, yes, baby, please put salt as much as you like. And cook another pot whether there is no salt. You eat the salted pot, we shall eat the unsalted pot. You understand the point? The people have ragi, boundaries. Why? Why shall I work for him? That oneness goes away. What do I get out of it? Ragi and also karma phala prepsu. Karma phala prepsu. Phala prapti ichha. If I do this, I should get this. If I don't get this, why should I do? What is there in me for that? Why should I do that? Go and put on the chair. Everybody sit down. Why should I put the chair? Let everybody come. Oh. Are you eating? Yes. Did you go to kitchen and cook also? No. Then why are you going to eat? Because everybody did not go to cook, no? Did everybody go to cook? No. Then why everybody is eating there? People cooked, yes. So few people can put the chair too. This is the work of the ordinary people, you see. This is madness. There is no work of the ordinary people. Every action is beautiful. Because you are ordinary, you think that action belongs to the ordinary person. If you are an extraordinary person, anything becomes a glory. Suppose the Prime Minister of the country coming to a function. Just think of it. A very known person, Prime Minister, it doesn't matter, very known person comes. And he is going to go to sit down. He picks up his own chair and sit down. What will happen? Everybody look at him. Huh? Picking up his own chair. Doesn't care. But the Mr. Holiness or Mr. Hollowness or Mr. Highness, wait. Chair. You understand? Just one chair. The chair doesn't come. So there will be idiots around. Oh, chair. So they have no. Why don't you put his bottom also on the top and lift him from the bottom? For him to take up, lift his bottom and sit on it, it will be very difficult, no? So lift him. Then put his hand also, one hand on the right side, one on the left side. Then make it hold one drink. Then drink it with a straw by yourself. Don't give. Because he has to suck, no. Very difficult. So let him. You understand this hollowness, holiness, highness stuff? Every person is a miniature idiot. Understand? Every person is a miniature idiot. A little bit idiot is hiding behind you. Ragi, karma phala prepsu, desiring. This is how it will happen to me. Lubdha means lobhi. If he gets little, he wants more. You give little importance, you want more importance. Lubdha. Why? Search for satisfaction, happiness, insatiable. I want more. Hinsatmakaha, very violent. The person shall be violent. Why? Protecting his own interest. When you protect your own interest, you cannot escape being violent. And tasmat asuchihi. And therefore, you shall be a person asuchi. Asuchi means inside crazy, outside crazy. Asuchihi. And then, harsha shokannita karta. You shall be harsha shokannita karta. A karta who is to be harshannita, shokannita. Shifting moods, changing emotions. Harsha. Now suddenly laughing, shoka, totally grief-stricken. Harsha shokannita karta. Roller stick ride, roller coaster ride. Harsha. Suddenly laughing, suddenly going crazy. You tell a joke, laugh. Then you say, okay, go and call that person. That man, I hate him. Oh, I see. Just imagine you have a vehicle at your disposal which refuses to go in certain directions. Will you purchase that vehicle? This vehicle goes only in the east. That another vehicle goes only in the west. Imagine a vehicle, that's a beautiful example. You imagine you are stuck with a vehicle. If it goes straight or back or right or left, but southeast, northwest, no. Circle, no. Backward parking, no. Only forward. Now will you purchase that car? Will you purchase that car? Right. Now how difficult it is to live with a person, to be with a person, whether it is in a family, organization, country, continent, secular organization, religious organization. So suppose there are people who can only do this much. You understand the human beings why difficult to handle? Because all one-sided vehicle. Multifaceted? No. It takes almost wisdom to be multifaceted. Because everybody will have little limitation somewhere or other. And the moment there is a limitation, you cannot handle it. Do this? No, I cannot. Why don't you do that? No. What do you do? Imagine you have to go east, you have to pick up a car, or to go west, another car. How many cars you have to have in your house? What a headache it will be. That is how, if you have got one Mr. Jeeves, as they say, one person at your disposal who can do everything, you are a lucky man. And who should be that person at your disposal? Remember, it's you, not others. Who should be that person at your disposal who should be doing everything? That person is you at your disposal. Even if the whole world disappears around you, you stand. Why? I can do it. I can step in anywhere. Then you shall be emperor, or else you shall be a slave. Think. Each person. Imagine such people, few of such people come together. My God. It will make the whole world a small place. But unfortunately, when you come across a people everybody has their barriers and breaking points, naturally, you take time in fixing and mending that machines. Your whole time is wasted in fixing those machines, mending those machines. Why? Physically upset, mentally upset, emotionally destroyed, intellectually disillusioned, spiritually cipher, doesn't know anything about himself. How do you deal with such people? It's like you see the four-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive means what? The four-wheel drive means it can go in any terrain. Any terrain it can go. Mud, slush, any nonsense. The four-wheel terrain, it will go. When we were in Okawanga, hey, we should see that picture, you are going out today? What is this? Was it come back? Right. Anyway, so we were going in a thing. You cannot believe that fancy vehicle. It was going on the rock, on the mud, and the mud in the water, in the wooden things, like a tank. If you have an all-weather vehicle, four-wheel vehicle, no terrain can stop you. Now suppose you have got a vehicle, it goes little into mud, stuck. He goes little into the top and the gear doesn't work and falls. Or he goes on a wood piece, broken something. Your time is spent in repairing those vehicles. Now if you have 15-20 people around and everybody breaks down and you have to go on repairing everybody. Are you getting it? You have to repair everybody because they are breaking down. So you have to continuously repair them. You must sympathize with the mechanic. Okay. So now each one person now therefore should sit down and say, I am a wonderful person. Everybody else is breaking down. No. Before you ask whether everybody is breaking down or not, am I breaking down? Understand? If a vehicle breaks down, you can fix it up. If the driver breaks down, vehicles are useless. Sometimes you may be a driven car, but sometimes also you are a driver. You are a leader, you are also led. So inside you, when the leader is broken, when you are broken, nobody can fix you. Understand? Nobody can fix you because you refuse to be mended. Because if you accept that if you accept, listen carefully, if you accept that you must be repaired, it means you are accepting you are out of order. And people will not accept that they are out of order. That is where your ahankar will kill you. Harsha shokanita karta. You cannot escape roller coaster ride of emotions. Rajasa parikirtita. These are the type of karta, we will call them rajas. Why? The knowledge is pruthakttvena. Oneness is not discovered. Unhappy person looking for getting happiness, fulfillment, climbing the heights to achieve something, fully empty. And therefore, every terrain he travels, there shall be problem. So, okay, I hope you understood it. You want to go now the third one? Amazing one. This is the one, 99% people. This is so beautiful. I was mesmerized by it. It's so beautiful. Look at it. Suddenly don't think, suddenly is that thing. I think Swami, that fellow is working like that. No. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Are you a sattvic karta, rajasi karta, or tamasi karta? Or the jnana, the knowledge that you have, is sattva jnana, rajasi jnana, or tamasi jnana? Understand? Don't say, don't put the cart before the horse. He's a sattvic fellow, he works like that. No, because he works like that must be sattvic. That is, the same person can be sometimes sattvic, sometimes rajasic, sometimes tamasic also. Understand, remember it clearly. Okay? And see the last one. Ayukta prakruta stabdaha Shatho naiskritiko lasaha Vishadi dirghasutri cha Karta tamasa uchyate Ayukta prakruta stabdaha Shatho naiskritiko lasaha Vishadi dirghasutri cha Karta tamasa uchyate. Bhagavan says, here Arjuna, what is the tamasic knowledge? What is the jnana? Tamasic jnana is where considers himself, dehe, ekasmin dehe, this is the body, this is the reality, nothing other than that. Therefore, everything is selfish, totally body-oriented. Me, the body orientation. Nothing else will be there. Understand? In each person, as I told you yesterday, remember, you start with body orientation. You go into pruthak, different divisions, as you study more and more. And there only we are left. Instead of taking us to the highest oneness, therefore, today's world, you shall see only body-oriented people are little more expanded. And therefore, more complicated karta, rajasi karta also. Selfish and what not. Now, please see this fellow, who is the tamasi karta. Ayuktaha. Just see the galore of adjectives. And they are such beautiful adjectives, you cannot believe. Now don't say, hey, Swamiji is talking like that. Swamiji is talking about me only. Swamiji knows me. Hey, look, when the scripture tells, everybody, understand, when the scripture tells it, everybody gets hit. Why? It talks about you. So when I am talking, because we know each other, then he says, oh, I think Swamiji remembers me when I was taking the second mango, he had seen. So that is coming in the class now. No, for God's sake, remember, when the the class is taken, no person exists. It's emotions. Clearly you can see, this is how the wisdom is. So when I'm talking wisdom, about whom am I talking? Not about you. The clear picture in myself should emerge. I know who I am. I know my way, the attitude, sattva, rajas, tamas, what type of these things. Do I have it? As I am talking to you, I am seeing it for myself. Therefore, he's not talking about you. That is where mukta sangha. Mukta sangha. Mukta sangha means you don't drag anything towards yourself. Whereas ragi, sangi means what? The person drags everything to itself. Anything you say, I think he's talking to me only. No. The scripture is, why don't you say scripture is talking to you? Are you getting that point, please? See that. Ayuktaha, asamahita, ayukta. This person, ayuktaha, asamahita, has no viveka of any kind. No discrimination of any kind. Who I am, what the creation is, what this world is, the nature of the body, nature of the creation. Nothing the person knows. Prakruta. Atyanta asanskruta buddhi valavat. This person is prakruta. Prakruta means you can tell it Indian, take it literally like a natural. Natural means what? Atyanta asanskruta buddhi balavat, valasama. Like a baby, like a child the person behaves. Atyanta asanskruta buddhi. The mind has never grown. Na sanskruta buddhi. As a child, he was fighting for a balloon. As a youngster, he is fighting for the cycle. As an elderly person, he is fighting for his pillow. Fighting. The fighting has not stopped. Understand? The fighting has not stopped. As a child, he was fighting for mummy's attention, father's attention, or this brother or this sister. As a grown-up, as a school, he was fighting for maybe teacher's attention. As a grown-up, he is fighting for everybody's attention. Never grew up to believe that he is the center of attraction. Understand? Balavat, balasamaha, ayuktaha, balasamaha, tasmat, stabdha, stabdha. Stabdha means what? Dandavat, stabdha. Stabdha means stands like a post. Just see the examples. Stabdha, stands like a post. Doesn't bend down to anybody, doesn't accept anybody's opinion. Whatever I think, right. Where from you picked up that thought? Don't ask. If somebody gave you that thought, don't ask. The person is deluded. He thinks my thought, his thought is his. Somebody gave you that thought. Somebody gave you the thought. Somebody gave you the thought that these mushrooms are all poisonous. Somebody gave you that thought. Now you think it is your thought and you say, I know. Mushrooms are poisonous. But mushrooms are not poisonous. I know. Stabdha. You understand the point? How does religious fanatics born? This is the only God. Somebody gave you. Then you grow up and say, I know, this is the only God. But who told you? You are the body. But what about you? Sometimes you are the mind. That's not the point. Body is me. Stabdha. Stoned. Correct word in Sanskrit, in English is stoned. Like drugs, with the drugs and other things, you are stoned. You cannot touch it anymore. Stabdha. Then Shatha. Shatha means deceptive. The most deceptive of the personality. He shall never tell his weakness, nor shall he reveal his little strength if there is something. Shatha. Shatha means always deceptive. When he is cannot do, but he shall say, I will not do. As though he can do. He can do, but he'll pretend very difficult. Shatha. Total deceptive behavior. So much so the person cannot take honesty anymore. Because once you are deceptive inside, you can never ever believe others are honest. Are you getting that point? When you are totally deceptive inside, how are you going to believe somebody is honest? When you are deceptive, you cannot believe others are honest. Because you are cheating yourself. So you think everybody shall cheat you. Are you getting that point, please? You understand this psychology. I tell you, this should be shared by the whole humanity. The whole world must look at it. Shatha, deceptive. The entire humanity goes through this. Naiskrutigo. What is Naiskrutika? Naiskrutika means paravritti chedana para. Naiskrutika. Paravritti chedana para. Very happy taking away other people's lively sources. Paravritti chedana para. Naiskrutigo. The person will be very happy inconveniencing others. In inconveniencing others, he finds the comfort. Why? The more you inconvenience others, the more you shall get attention. See, suppose I have money. Think of it. Suppose I have money or I have food. Anything, I have food. I deliberately starve you. You are supposed to get it, but I will not give you. Why? Because if you get your food on the right time, how am I going to be important? So I shall starve you out. So then you shall say, sir, can I have some food? Then I shall sit down and grant a favor. It was yours. It's like a natural disaster. When there is a, what is that? Flood, there is famine, there is earthquake. Government has granted, give everybody 10,000 rupees. But the fellow is distributing 2,000 rupees. He must get 2,000, then only he will get the 8,000. For a happy person, sharing, caring, just talking about taking some time off to help somebody out is just natural. What do you get out of anything out of it? Nothing. Why do you help? Because the person needs help. Why you don't help? Because the fellow doesn't deserve the help, doesn't need the help. Therefore, forget it. Now, suppose a person is feeling is hungry. Naturally, you feel bad. If hungry fellow, give him food. When you give him food, instead of eating, he throws it out, then says, can I have some more food? Will you give it? Ask yourself the question. A child is hungry, and you give him the food. And the child, instead of eating it, plays with the food and throws it out. And then again cries, I gave you the food. No. But I gave you the food. Okay, you believe maybe he wants more. You give a little more. Now again he throws it out. Lubdha, lovi, greedy, for attention. Now what will you do? Will you give that child more food? Or what shall you say? Let the fellow suffer. Happily allow him to suffer. Why? Because if you feed him, you are creating a problem in your hand. You are giving him the food, he is throwing it out. You support the person, he wastes your support. What shall you do? It doesn't matter. The person who comes for the first time, he shall say, oh, he's crying, you are not giving the food. Have you seen him give them the food 10 times and wasted it? No, they don't talk. Don't talk. You understand the point? Shatha, Naiskrudigo. The person will deliberately create a problem for others, who is a tamasi karta, so that he gains little importance. There are some people like that. Anything you tell, they will point first the difficult problem. Can it be done? Very, very difficult. Why can't you say it can be done? No, very difficult. If it's very difficult, then he can take the credit. See, even though very difficult, I did it. Oh, I see. Just think of it. Naishkrudigo. Then alasaha. Alasa means, you know it. We don't know the meaning. Okay. So, alasaha, it's a lovely word. Lazy bone. Lazy. There was a king who wanted, he said, everybody helped in my country, so why not some lazy bones also? Poor things, cannot do. So he wanted to find out who are the real lazy bones in his country. So he can give them some, some people are lazy, so what can you do? So he can give them some help. So the king said, we are fine. It was announced, the drums went around the country. Then he said, all the lazy people should come and assemble here so that they will be given free food and accommodation. How many people will come? Thousands. So huge pandals were fixed up for feeding those lazy bones. And the king was surprised, there are so many lazy people in my country. All right. Then they gave them good food, good nice to sleep down the floor itself and something little. Then midnight when they are sleeping, he asked the workers, set fire. Set fire. They are all open houses, all thatch open houses. Set fire. So they set fire. When they set fire, oh fire! Immediately everybody starts getting out and running. Everybody started running out. It's better to, who wants to die here on this, better to go back to our own place. So everybody started running out. But even in the highest of the fire, there are few people that are still lying down. The king was observing, these idiots are not. The conversation is, one fellow says, in English we can say, okay, BB. What is BB? He can't say back is burning. So lazy. He can't say, because they're lying down like this, no? So he has to tell to the other person, back is burning. He says, B. The other fellow says, TB, turn back. It's so lazy. Then the king said, okay, drag these fellows. So they were dragged back. Those 6 fellows were given lazy man's bonus for the rest of their life. But they were really lazy, Alasa. They will kill themselves, but they will not do anything. That fellows are real lazy. Whereas the deceptive lazy fellows are work time lazy, food time very active, physically, mentally, eye-wise also, who gets more, who gets less, eye-wise also, speech-wise, absolutely active. Anyway, alasaha, the fellow, alasa means what? Shankara's words are better. Apravrittishilaha, kartabhyesu api. Listen, that is why Shankara, please. Kartabhyesu api apravritti. Kartabhyesu, what is to be done also the fellow will not do. Alasa. See, when you need sleep, you are sleeping. Shall you say lazy fellow? Sleeping people are not lazy people. Because sometimes sleep is needed. So he is sleeping. But when you are supposed to work, that time you are sleeping. Alasa. He doesn't understand what is to be done, not to be done. And then next is Vishadi. Vishadi. Vishadi means sarvada avasanna svabhava, eternally depressed. Avasanna. No liveliness, no smile, no enthusiasm, nothing. Vishadi. Vishada. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. You are, no? Vishada Yoga. Vishada means what? I don't want to fight. I can't do these things anymore. I am tired. I am finished. Vishadi. When do you feel Vishada? He talked to me like this. She told me like this. He did this to me. He took away my these things. I am very angry. Now that becomes like a rock. It stops the flow of spontaneity. Because you are not with yourself anymore. Now you are with the rock. That is why to shake those people out of their depression is so easy. Until the person himself decides, you cannot do anything. Because if you tell him supporting it, he will be more depressed. If you tell him rejecting it, he shall get very angry with you. Why? Because you don't see his standpoint. You understand? If you support it, oh, I think you are right, that fellow is an idiot. It's a song to the ear. Tell a little more, tell a little more. Understand? Because you are justifying the person's suffering. If it is all imagination, forget it. You don't understand. True. Further anger. Vishadi. Understand? Vishada is any mood takes over. Any mood takes over. He told me like this. It remains in your heart for a long time. He took away that day I wanted to go to market and he cut my tire. Rest of the life it is there. I was going to get that job. He snapped it. Rest of the time is there. Blocks, blocks, blocks. Vishadi. That is why no utsaha. No utsaha means no enthusiasm. It's like a person walking with 4 or 5 stone things tied to his, load stones, the stones tied to your leg, ask him to walk. Physically, everybody is free. Mentally, you carry your stone. Who has created it? Only you. Because somebody can say something, somebody can do something. To make it your load, you must make it a load. Nobody can push a load into it. Because whatever they say, hey, you are an idiot. Yes, I am an idiot. You are smiling. Oh, such a fool. Yeah, of course, what a fool I am. You didn't know so far. I am a big fool. You don't make an issue out of anything. Because whose opinion shall I carry? My opinion of myself or other person's opinion of them? Right. If other person's opinion, I don't care. Why? Because they don't know anything about me. I know my opinion about myself. Right. So then question, what is my opinion of myself? Am I one of those little things, little roles, or I am the absolute? If you are one of those little roles, you will have your own little lodestones inside. Because you will have this somebody who is one-sided. I can go only in east, only in west. Why? See, I am a high caste person. See, I am not telling you, it will come little later on. All these caste division again will come now. I am a high caste person, how can I do this? Aha, I see. I am a rich man. The poor fellow talks to me like this. I am an important person. This idiot talking to me like this. Oh. Okay. Important person feels I am important. How can the idiot talk like this? Now idiot person says, I may be an ordinary person. I am not going to care for you. Now you are punctured. Are you getting that? Two people, two personalities? Both are stuck on their personalities. One stuck on the high-flying role, other is stuck on the ordinary role. The managing director tells to the guard in the factory premises, get out of this place. And the guard says, I don't want your lousy job. What do? You are a rich man getting down from your plane. Very rich. And you are picking up a taxi. And he says, taxi fellow, how much you'll take? For 500 rupees. 500 rupees? You are trying to cheat me. You can't pay, get out. Then what is it? These fellows are so discourteous. What about you? Instead of gently discussing, suddenly telling him he's a cheat. Or if he's a cheat, just go. Why are you discussing with him? Let him be with his cheating. He doesn't get you. Go to the next one. Why are you trying to change him? Because he's there all the time. You understand this point? One little role destroys you because you are stuck. Therefore, Vishadi, like one thought stays in your head. Vishadi. He doesn't know anything about himself. Tasmat, next one is very beautiful. Dirghasutri che. Dirghasutri. Dirghasutri means, you know what? Long thread. Huh? Dirghasutri means procrastinators. Procrastinator. Procrastinator means one who always postpones the job. Tomorrow. Shankarasi, he'll see that, beautiful. You know what he says? Dirghasutri cha. Kartabhyanam dirgha prasarana yat. Kartabhyanam dirgha prasarana. Whatever is to be done, the fellow shall never do it today. Then, yat adya swava kartabhyam. That which is to be done today or tomorrow, tad masena api na karavati. Whatever is done to be today or tomorrow, masena api na karoti. Even after a month also, we will do. Keep your room clean. Tomorrow. Today is not a right day. Ashtami. Navami today. Full moon you should not touch the ground. Tomorrow we shall do. Hey, but you told tomorrow? Yes, I told tomorrow, but you see, so many things to be done. And what are the things to be done? I'm just thinking. Busy. Busy doing what? What to do. I'm planning. Planning about what? How to postpone. Right? Habit. Adyava swava. It should be done today or tomorrow. Masena abhina karoti. Even after a month. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow will write. Tomorrow. Why don't you send this one? Tomorrow we'll send. But how many tomorrows have gone? What is the hurry? Think. Dirghasutri. Why? The mind is never free to engage itself in any action. It doesn't come down from the level of the thought to the body. That is why your mind is preoccupied, totally possessed. Totally possessed. Because by not doing, understand, by not doing, not that you forget it. Your mind goes on repeating it until you do it. Every day you remember, I should do it. So you are totally occupied. Therefore you don't have freshness. Because do it. Even, come, let's go. There is so many people are going there. We shall look at the things. No, I have to do it. Because your mind is always thinking like that. So you are always in the room, confined to the room. And the only thing you shall love is sleep. Why? That is the only time you are free from this preoccupation. I cannot get sleep. Induce the sleep. How shall I induce the sleep? Eat more. Cannot eat more? Drink some nonsense. Cannot drink something? Eat some tablet. Cannot drink some tablet? Do something to sleep. But even after doing something, the sleep doesn't come. I want to tire myself, but sleep is not coming. Why? Dirgha Sutri cha. You have trained your mind to keep awake all times. You have trained your mind. Such a person, tamasa karta uchyate. They are all imaginary, no? You understand? Human. Tamasi karta. Why? Depends on the knowledge about the world, about himself. So, depends whatever ideas are fed to you from the beginning. Understand, friends, don't brand yourself. Everybody begins with tamasic knowledge, body orientation. Go into divisions, then go into the indivisible absolute. So, all the possibilities are given out this knowledge so that your karma and karta, with that type of knowledge, you can decide what you should do. When you are know yourself who you are and know everything as they are, then you are the best decision maker to help or not to help, to do or not to do, to feed or not to feed, to eat or not to eat. Not only for yourself, but also for others. Because you know how to handle your mind beautifully, your body beautifully. As even you are harsh on your own body. Just because I feel like eating, people don't understand. How do you maintain such a good health? Have you ever seen how much the person has denied himself what you call as the good food? You understand that point? How did you manage to create these things, big things or these things? Understand how much thoughts you could manage inside. The person thinks he eats whatever he likes, does whatever he likes, but everything happens. No. You see the action. The person sees the mind. A brilliant mind, where the person also knows when to do and when not to do, what to do and what not to do. Because all at the level of the mind. Therefore, that whole principle of action, what are they? Panchaitani, what are they? Adhishtanam, karta, karanam, pruthak chesta, daivam. So, adhisthana body, adhishtanam, then karta, the doer, the eye, karana, the instruments, chesta, the prana, human factors, has to be used. Daivam, Ishvara. That karta you change, sattvika karta, knows himself what it is, and therefore, mukta sangha anahambadi dhruti uschaha samanvita. Such a karta shall use karanam judiciously. No indulgence, no denial. Pruthak chesta, pranic effort, which keeps him healthy. Neither tortures himself, nor makes himself lazy. Result, Ishvara. I do. I enjoy doing. Result, Ishvara. What comes? God knows. That is why you see, so many things have happened. Yeah, how? No, I never planned. Yeah, that's why exactly it is. You do. You keep walking. You cannot stop reaching destinations, can you? You keep walking. Will you stop reaching destinations, covering distance? You can't say, I walked and never covered the distance. No. But you jump and cover the distance. Jumping. In one place, jumping. Tremendously active. That is what? Very active without achieving anything. Why? Very much thinking. Whatever thing, what to do, what to do, what to do. What shall you achieve? Understand how to use it. Then you are totally a balanced person. Ishvara, Manushya. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara. Balanced personality. Happy with yourself, happy with the universe. Somebody understands it fine, doesn't understand fine. Your day ends, you are out. Body is one with the creation. You are one with the Absolute. Fantastic. Think over it. We shall see more of it in the afternoon. Close your eyes.